Hi, ladies. This is Janae, and I have a card share today and a one layout share. And let me just get started. First of all, the card is a thank you card. We had a fall party last night to attend for my husband's work, and the nature of his job requires you get all thank you cards pretty quick. So I threw this one together, and we'll get it in the mail tomorrow morning. So as far as the stamp sets I use, the first one is by Pink by Design. It's called the Home Sweet Home stamp set, and some awesome sentiments in the set because we do go to a lot of different events and need a lot of thank you cards. We meet a lot of new people, need a lot of thank you cards, and we move quite a bit. So again, we need a lot of thank you cards. So for this particular card, I use this stamp set, and it says "Thank you for your hospitality." And yeah, so I think it's a stamp set from last year from Pink by Design. Again, this other stamp I'm using, or I use, is a Stampin' Up! Set. It's called Medallion. It's just one stamp, really large. If you look at it next to my hand, it is a large stamp. It's a fun stamp. I've had it for a few years, and it really works well with chalks as far as reverse resistance. And it works well with paints, and in this case I used ink, but it is a really fun stamp set. So yeah, I use that one. And I'm sorry for the glare. Hopefully, let's see. Okay, maybe that helps a little bit. The three inks I use is I use a number of different inks. Obviously, like I said before, I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I own all of their ink pads. But I also have Hioarts inks, and I use some Jenny Bolin. Um, and yeah, just a lot of different types of inks. But from this case, I used all Stampin' Up! Inks because they're easy to coordinate, and I have a lot of them. I used Real Red, which is just a really nice, rich red color. Daffodil Delight, which is like it's showing up kind of darker than it really is. It really is like a soft yellow, which that picture doesn't really show, but it is, I promise you. And Pumpkin Pie, which is your classic orange, a really, really pretty orange. I have a lot of different oranges, but this is the one I usually turn to when I'm really looking for that classic orange. So those are the ink pads, and let me see. I think that's about it. And I used a little bit of jute, but you guys know what that looks like. So, oh, and I also use these punches. Again, older Stampin' Up! Punches. This out of the way. Just a small scallop punch, and the small small oval punch with a small scallop punch, and this one nest inside of the other. So it's really nice, really quick. Of course, I could use my Silhouette Cameo, but this is like 20 million times faster. So I'm gonna go. I use these when I just really want to do something quick. So that takes care of that. And as far as the card, here it is. What I did is I used little daubers. I'm sure you've seen them. They're little finger daubers. Let me grab out one here that I used. And so, whoop, this is what they look like. You just put them on your finger, and there it is. So what I did first is I covered the stamp in Versamark, and then I went around with the different colors. I started with the lightest, and then went and kind of mixed them in. The Daffodil Delight, the Pumpkin Pie, and then the Real Red. And here is my stamp, and it says, "Thank you for your hospitality." Mounted it on a little pumpkin pie paper, stamped it in pumpkin pie ink, and here is the jute, and that's how it came out. Really quick and simple. The reason I put the Versamark down is because I heat embossed it with, and I can't find it. Oh, here it is. With this, it's glassy glaze enamel by Stampin' Up. I'm not sure you can read that. Focus, no. And what it does is it just gives it this clear kind of, and I think you can see it just right like that. It kind of makes it look wet. Obviously, it's not wet, but it just gives it this really enamely enamel-y. I'm not even sure that's a word. There you go. I just made up a word on Sunday. Just this enamel finish. So I really like that, and thought it'd be kind of fun just as a technique to use on this card. And there it is. So I'll throw it in the mail tomorrow. Inside, like I said, my cards are, I leave a lot of space because apparently I have a lot to say. So I will write that message in there while I'm watching football today and get it in the mail. So there's my card. And let me get these things out of the way and show you the quick layout. My husband is an active duty Army officer, and so I scrapbook for the most part chronologically. Sometimes, you know, I just find an old picture of us. I met my husband when I was 17, so I find an old picture of us, and I just have to scrapbook it. So in that case, the chronological goes out the door. But for the most part, I do scrapbook chronologically. And then I have books, extra special books that I do just for a particular vacation, or in this case, I have his Army, everything to do with his Army career in another album. So this layout is for his Army album, which I'm trying to catch up with. And so here it is. Hopefully you can see that. There's the whole thing. I didn't cover up the faces on the people in the picture because you can't really see them anyway, but my husband's in the picture. My husband is also, as a part of his job, he is a mentor. He's a dentist, so he's a mentor for one of the residency programs. And so this was the class that graduated this past summer. And they take a picture at the beginning. It's not the greatest picture in the world at all, but I wasn't there to take the picture. I was just provided the picture. So I wanted to get it documented. So there's the picture, and it already states the date and what it's about and the people in the picture, which is really nice. I use the Crate Paper Storyteller collection for the most part. Didn't do a whole lot of embellishments. I don't typically, because it is his album, and well, he's a guy, so I don't need too many flowers and frills. But I used the Crate Paper Storyteller collection and just added in. So these are some old Studio Calico wood veneers. I'm talking a couple years ago. I'm not even sure they still sell them. I have no clue. Here is a Studio Calico letters that the Tim and Beck ones, Addicted to. I have probably 10 sheets of these because I never wanted to run out in my lifetime. And the buttons are from My Mind's Eye. I am not positive of the collection. If you need to know specifically, I can look it up. A little arrow that I cut out with my silhouette. And this washi tape is from the Studio Calico kit that I got last month. You get a ton of the washi tape, and I need to use it. And it's pretty masculine looking, so that's what it'll get used for a lot, is masculine layouts. And here is another washi tape, which I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. It's the My Mind's Eye washi tape that I put here. And what else? Oh, this flag wood veneer came from the gal. She's on the scrapyard, and before the scrapyard, she was on 2Ps. I think it's Diane McCrae. Don't quote me on that. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She has some awesome wood veneers, and when I saw these, I got like a dozen of them because obviously a lot of military layouts, and these come in handy a lot to fill in like that dead space. So her husband makes these, and yeah, they're pretty incredible. And I have a ton of her veneers, and I love every one of them. So this is just the flag, and I kind of put it in there. So here it is. Do a little close up. I didn't do any spraying or anything. My journaling went there, and yeah, so that's how that turned out, and that's about it. So there's my layout, there's my card, and now I'm going to watch football and probably, I don't know what else. But everybody have a good Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.